Kyrie Thomas, number 2 on our right, number 24, Mitch Ballard. We'll start with a statement from head coach Greg McGinn.
First of all, UMC Pembroke. I spent the first 12 years of my career as a Division II coach. That's one heck of a Division II team, and I think if they keep the wheels on the track throughout the year, they're in for a special season. Their physicality, their toughness, they share the basketball. That's just a really, really good basketball team. And when you play these Division II games in an exhibition, you're not sure what you're going to get. And this made us better. There's a lot for us to learn from this game. And a lot of it had to do with the toughness and physicality with which they played. So, I mean, you had to fight them on the backboards. This is a team that out-rebounded their opponents by almost 8 a game last year. So I thought for the most part we were physical with our blockouts. We got to pursue it a little bit better. And, we had some guys step up and make some big plays. And when the ball moved, good things happened. So it's another step in the right direction as we get ready for a week from tonight.
Questions first for the student athletes.
Kyrie, did you make some adjusting to? They looked like they extended their defense, and like Matt said, they were physical and aggressive. Did it take some adjusting just to get used to what they were bringing to you guys defensively?
Yes, on the offensive end, it really did. But that's what we practiced for. We knew they were like a run and jump team, trap and press, all of that. So we really just, kind of practice on that. Everybody spacing the floor, getting open, and pursuing, the basketball, and moving out of that.
For either guy, I guess what changed defensively? It looked like they were hard to stop at first, I guess, but a lot of that stuff was kind of in one-on-one isolation situations. But I think the second part of maybe the first half, you guys did a little bit better job of limiting them.
We kind of knew exactly where they were going every time. Going in the first half, they were just going there every time. So, in the locker room, we kind of made a couple adjustments, like, that's the only place they're going. So try to front or, be prepared or embrace it. And some of our bigs, they actually did that. And us as guards, we had to put pressure on the ball as well to not, throw it in so easy.
Mitch, what's your mindset coming off the bench? I'd imagine in high school you didn't do that very often, but here it's like any freshman, it's a new world, a new adjustment.
Yeah, for sure. Playing behind Marcus and Kyrie, obviously 2 of the best players in the conference. Not let alone in the conference, the best in the country. So just playing behind them, it's good. Learn a lot from them and just watch them play and just see how they adjust to the game. And then when I come off the bench, just bring energy and just try and pick it up a little more so the slack doesn't drop when I come in. So it's a little different, but I'm cool with it right now. So.
Start that him and Kyrie got off to. Does that kind of, watching them kind of move off the ball and affect the game, does that get you going?
Yeah, for sure. And playing with them every day in practice, it's fun to play with just because they're so talented and they make the right basketball play most of the time. So doing that, and then when Marcus he puts a lot of confidence in me. Like when we had to play, he put me another coming off the double just because he said, I know you're going to hit it. So that stuff like that gets me going, and it just gives me confidence when I shoot the ball.
Mitch, I'm curious from your perspective, what did you think of their sort of the way they defended you? You guys just kind of having that experience of going up against a team like that. What's it going to do for you?
I think that was big for us, especially because they throw a lot of different looks at us. Sometimes they threw a little zone in, and then they threw a little bit of full court pressure, and then, so it just makes us adjust. And like Kyrie said, we had a good scouting report, and we went over it, and we knew where to be when they trapped us in the half court or on the full court press. So we adjusted well.
Anything else for the student athletes?
Kyrie, I think you guys had something like 18 layups and 5 dunks. I know that you probably want to hit more threes, but that ability to get to the rim, how important is that for this offense?
For our offense, that's extremely important. Us attacking the paint is something we really put a lot of emphasis on to get shooters wide open. Once you drive into the paint, everybody collapses. Their eyes are on you, trying to block shots or swipe down. As they're doing that, 9 times out of 10, somebody's going to be open on the three-point line. But if you're just having the paint wide open, we're going to take the layup. But we definitely want to let it fly.
Do you have a green light from the first national basketball?
I don't know. I just came off the ball screen and Coach Mack said, if you can see the rim, it's a good shot. Let it go. So I let it go.
2 more for the guys. All right, thanks, fellas.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Sunday. See you, Mitch.
Questions for Coach McDermott?
But there were a few turnovers, maybe not with the pass, but dribble drives, maybe big guys bringing the ball down a little bit. I mean, is that just kind of an isolated incident?
I mean, you want to give them a little bit of freedom, and you know, Martin has worked on that part of his game, so you don't want to totally eliminate it, especially in exhibition games. But you know, when you're going to try to make a change in someone's game, it's good to have some film to back up the reason for your changes. So you know, he's got to probably run the floor and give that up. And you know, if you're going to make a pass with your feet on the floor rather than on the move. So that'll be, you know, there's certainly, as I said earlier, a lot of opportunities to learn from this film.
What do you think of how your team sort of reacted just to the size and the feel? Like right from the start, I thought Pembroke came out with a lot of energy, and obviously they took the lead early.
Yeah, like I said, I coach Division II basketball, and this is an opportunity these guys live for. I mean, I don't know how many people were here tonight, but you know, there's 10 or 11,000 probably actual, and you know, they don't play in front of that many people the entire year combined. So to have this opportunity to play in an arena like this, you're going to get their best shot. And, you know, Watts is I believe he's a preseason player of the year. You know, Pruitt, first team all-conference. I think before it's all over, Grant's going to be an all-conference player. I mean, those guys are just the isolation with the front line guys. When you're 6'6", 6'7", you have the ability to put it on the floor some. And, you know, Grant, I think he was 7 of 38 or something from the three-point line last year, and he goes 3 or 4 tonight. So he's added that to his game. Those are just hard matchups, and maybe a little different matchups than we're going to have on a typical game in the Big East. But this was really good for us. I mean, it's you know, again, it's to have film to back up what we as coaches or points we're trying to get across is really valuable this time of year.
I think maybe there was a tendency to kind of like label Mitch as maybe a shooter, or you know, if he's distributing, like try to peg him as some kind of specialist in just some area. But it seemed like he was affecting the game in a lot of areas just with energy. I mean,
yeah, I'll say this about Mitch and Tyshawn. They're basketball players. I mean, they get it. They understand it. They see it. A lot of those things that maybe are hard to teach some people, it's inherent with them. So I think their progress will be much quicker because of that. Now they have to learn defensively positioning and you know some of our schemes and our coverages. That's all new to them. But offensively, there's a lot of natural instincts there that they came here with, and you know you're seeing some of those on display. Now are they making a few mistakes once in a while? Yeah, they're freshmen. It's going to happen. But they're also making some plays that are mature plays, really beyond their years.
Does the fact that their instincts are where they're at right now help you as a coach live with maybe some of the freshmen and states that are going to come on the floor?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're ahead of most freshmen for that reason. And now the unfortunate part is they're behind two of our two best players. So we have to find creative ways, and we tinkered with it a little bit tonight. Mitch was at the 4 for a little bit, and I think we also had Tyshawn, maybe Kyrie, and Taz on the floor together at the 3 guards. So, you know, we're tinkering with ways to try to get them on the floor because they've earned the right to get some minutes.
Just the effect of Manny and Ronnie off the bench. I feel like it's been both of these exhibition games, they've been really active and energetic. And just telling them, hey, play hard.
I thought Ronnie's energy defensively when he came in kind of changed the flow of the game. He made those catches tougher for Grant and Pruitt. And you know, we went from, you know, down 4 or 5 to where we took the lead and kept the lead. So, you know, his energy was really good. He's flying around on the glass. He's making good decisions in transition. So Ronnie's doing exactly what we need him to do. We need someone that's going to bring us a spark off the bench if we're a little dull in our approach, and he's been able to do that. And then Manny hit the three tonight. He's very capable of doing that, and also made some nice plays around the basket.
2 more for Coach.
Jacob Epperson.
Just kind of a minor knee deal. Hasn't practiced for a couple days, and we just decided to shut him down for this game.
I didn't see Jordan scurry.
Family funeral, death in the family, so he's back in Boston.
Like you had said, you've gotten a lot of production from the bench, like from Mitch and from Manny. And obviously it's preseason, so you want to get everyone running that you can to get them minutes. But do you consider yourself to be like a really deep team?
I think so. I don't think it's beyond the stretch of our imagination that I don't know how many guys played tonight. 11 guys. I could see situations where all 11 playing a game, and they've earned the right to do that. And there's different combinations that are going to be better against certain opponents, and that's something that these exhibition games are for. And as a coaching staff now, we have to try to figure out, which is better. The last game I substituted Taz out first, and then came back with Taz for Mitch going in the game, and came back with Taz and Tyshawn. Tonight I subbed Marcus out first and came back with Marcus and Tyshawn. So we can look at different lineups just to see, okay, what fits the best. Who if you're going to throw a freshman out there, is he better with Marcus? Is he better with Taz? What we have to do as good a job as we can, at least in meaningful parts of the game. That's why I left those freshmen out there so much tonight and did not go back with Caleb or Davion, because I'm not sure we'll do that a lot when it's the guts of the game. I think Marcus or Taz needs to be on the floor for us. So it was good for us to get a good stretch of tape where both those freshmen were out there together.
Thanks, Coach.
Go ahead.
You and D-Rock got to share pregame with Eldon areas. How much of what you do on a daily basis is kind of what you learned?
Well, I mean, who I am has a lot to do with him. When you're 21, 22 years old, and you're following a set of standards and a culture that he set for our program at the time, you may not agree with everything when you're that age because you think you have all the answers, like these guys think they have all the answers. But when you're 50 years old and you look back at it, a lot of the values and a lot of the standards that we have for our program are very similar to what I learned from Coach. And he was such an unbelievable fundamental teacher of the game that he's the reason that I really became interested in coaching, because there was so much more to it. And I'm certainly, my high school coach and Jim Barry, who coached me in college to start with, were very influential as well. But Coach Miller, the fundamental breakdown of the game and being able to teach it in small parts was amazing to me at that age, and really got me interested in wanting to coach for a living. So I owe a lot to him, and it was great to see him and spend some time with his wife Dee after the game. And they're going to honor his '89 team tomorrow night in Cedar Falls. So he's responsible for where Northern Iowa's program is today, because he was really the trailblazer. And then after he was out of coaching, while I was coaching there, he was influential in raising a lot of the funds for the McLeod Center, which is where they play today. So, he's an icon in Cedar Falls, and certainly an important part of my life.